Today we have that layout video. Here's Thomas, Percy, Billy, Gordon, Henry at Netford Station. Rosie, Gina, Lee, and Frieda were there. Yes, Thomas along with Rosie are pulling Annie and Clarabelle. Percy and Gina pulling the mail train. Gordon and Frieda with the express with Henry. And Billy and Lee are in the sign doing nothing. Charlie's there pulling the Chinese dragon. There's Mavis and Paxton doing nothing. Diesel's on that siding talking to Bulgy. There's Bertie, Terrence, and Elizabeth on the other side. Oh, and Bulstrode there too. There's Den and Dart talking to Gator. Molly's coming to the other side. Yeah, Fergus is doing nothing. If you go there behind Gator, there you can see Stanley and Philip talking to Flora. And there's George the Steamroller as well. Fergus is at the duck pond. And there's the Steamworks. At the Steamworks, there's Victor and Kevin working on some engines. Laura's at the Steamworks getting fit. Lucia's at the Steamworks getting fixed. On there are Samson, Luke, and Laura waiting to get fixed. There's Toby pulling Henrietta. There's Trevor on the other side with the post van. There's the Flying Scotsman coming back to Sodor to visit Gordon on his 103rd birthday, I think, in 2026, on February 23rd, I think. Here's Colin on the other side. We have Mike, Rex, Bert, and Frank on the other side of that miniature railway. Here's Dustin in his shed. Yes, I'm aware Dustin lives on the mainland for the mountains. There's Belle and Flynn in that shed waiting for a fire to come. Here's Bill and Ben talking to Rip and Jeff. Connor is talking to Marion. And here's Timothy taking a train. And Ben with Mars is on the other side. So that's me. Here's Scarloey on the way to the mountains. He's talking to Ivo Hugh. Here's Duncan on the other side. And here is Bernaeus, Rusty, Smudger's off the tracks waiting to be rescued. There's Sir Handel, Peter, Sam, and Duke. Peter Sam is pulling Ada, Jane, and Mabel. And Rusty's pulling the construction cars. Rebecca is pulling these troublesome trucks for some reason. I don't know what it is. Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand are on the other side. And there we have Sidney and Joanna. Here's Arthur. He's talking to Hank, James, Edward, Murdoch, Stepney, Emily, Norman, Harvey, and Logan at Timothy's sheds. I think they're discussing about everything. Cody, Lord Harry, pushing Catherine up to the top of the Coleyfell Mountain Railway, I think. Here's Duck. We're pulling Nia, Oliver, Toad, and there's Donald and Douglas on the other side. There you'll see Derek. There's BoCo pulling the salt truck and the light thingy for the search and rescue center. Yeah, that's just where I'm meant to be. Here's Ryan pulling Lola for the sewer popcorn, I think. And there's Daisy there as well. Here's Splatter and Dodge talking to Salty, Porter, and Cranky up at Brenham Docks. There's Matt, Jack, Nez, Digit, and Cody on this layout for a reason. And Hacker, Buzz, and Dalia are on the layout for some reason. I don't know why. Here's Arry and Bert there, and there is... Turn on this light. Diesel 10. Yeah, I think it's him. There's Sam on the other side, and there's Diesel 10. Arry and Bert there. Yeah. And Bulstrode's on the other side too. There's Ulfston Castle where there's Millie, Stephen, Glynn, Neil, and Hiro, who is not part of Ulfston Castle fleet. But I decided to call him 2, because why not? There's Colin with the Flying Scotsman passing by on his way to see Gordon again. If you go to the Vickerstown Bridge, you can see Connor and Caitlin on their way back to the mainland. And there's the Vickerstown Bridge. And there's Spencer on the other side, while his expulsion from being the private engine. Yeah, I think it was. Here are the pack members on there: Jack, Alfie, Kelly, Isabella, Byron, Nelson, Ed, Max, Monty, Buster, and Patrick are on there. There's Dennis and Neville with Hector on there. And there we have the Stewarts, Theo, Frankie, and Hurricane, the Experimental Engine Trio, Theo, Lexi, and Merlin. They're on the here, not too far away from there, but I include them anyways. There's Skiff on the water, and Lightning McQueen, Mayor, and Sally on land. Yeah, it's them. And there's Whiff and Scruff on the way to the scrapyards. They were already there. And I think that was the entire layout. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll have a good day, and peace out, and bye-bye for now.